Most people think whiskey is built for cold weather. Heavy peat, sweet sherried whiskeys. It's great in the winter. But when it's summertime and hot out, that same bottle can feel like a mistake. Today I have 5 whiskeys I believe actually work in the heat. Some lighter and brighter, but all still interesting. And I've done 4 reviews on all of them. This is just a short list. And some quick ideas on how I built this list first. These are all widely available. No unicorn bottles, different styles. I do have some light peat in here, and I keep things affordable. Everything under $100 here in Canada. This is about flavor that holds up in warm weather, not flavor that disappears. And bottles affordable enough to bring to a party without being precious. Let's start with Benromach 10-year, a single malt scotch at 43% ABV. I'm starting with some light peat here, because when people think summer whiskey, they usually think no peat. I don't think that's entirely true. Benromach 10 has this light, controlled smokiness, nothing like Laphroaig. It's backed up by orchard fruit, a bit of malt, a bit of sweetness, and what that gives you is something that feels like whiskey, not just heavy. This is a summer evening pour, the barbecue is winding down, the sun's dropping, you want a bit of edge, not a peat bomb. If you've ridden off smoky whiskey in the summer, this is probably where you should come back in. And truthfully, this bottle here is very underrated at only $75 where I am. Next is Bushmills 12, something even more approachable and lighter, but still flavorful. Bushmills 12 here is only 40% ABV, which a lot of whiskey drinkers might dismiss immediately. But here's the thing. Being triple distilled and 100% malted barley, this is matured in ex-bourbon, Oloroso sherry, and finished in Marsala wine casks. So a lot of flavor and polish at the price. So you get this really nice sort of mix of bright fruit, soft sweet, a little wine character. Nothing is aggressive, nothing dominates, and in summer, that's kind of perfect. You don't always want to think about your whiskey. Sometimes you just want to enjoy it. And it definitely is at the right price, at under $65 where I am. Next up, I have Tamnavulin's White Wine Cask Edition. Now this is where things get really interesting. Like Benromach, this is also a Speyside whiskey, but very different. Tamnavulin White Wine Cask Edition, unlike the earlier ones, is chill filtered, which means it won't go cloudy if you add ice. But some argue that might strip away some of the flavor. Wine cask finishes can go wrong fast. Too sweet, too artificial, too disconnected from the spirit. For me, this one leans the other way. You get citrus, orchard fruit, a soft kind of sweetness, and it actually feels closer to a white wine profile than a traditional scotch. It still feels like whiskey though. This is one of those whiskeys that makes the most sense when it's warm outside. If you're skeptical of wine cask finishes, fair. But this one's clean, fantastically priced at under $70 where I am. And if you want to add an ice cube, no one's judging. All right, this might be a curveball. The Glendalough Pot Still, an Irish whiskey finished in virgin oak and bottled at 43%. Irish oak is rare, and it brings a very different kind of character to whiskey. This isn't the lightest whiskey on the list. You get spice, structure, that pot still grain character. It has weight, but it's a different kind of weight. Less about richness like Bushmills 12, more about texture and spice. So instead of feeling heavy, it feels engaging. This might not be your sit by the pool whiskey, that's going to be Tamnavulin, but if you want something with real character that still works in summer, especially around a campfire, that's the one. For me, this is probably the most interesting bottle here. also around $75 where I am. This is a benchmark for me. Laddie, the Classic Laddie. This is an unpeated Islay, which already throws people off. But what you get here is floral notes, citrus, a bit of coastal influence, and a higher ABV at 50% that actually keeps it lively. This is the key. It has complexity without weight. At 50% ABV, it might sound strong, but it doesn't drink like it. You can sit with it, pick it apart, just sip it casually. It works any way you want it. If your idea of Islay is just heavy peat and smoke, this completely rewrites that. At only $85 where I am, fantastic bottle for the price as well, summer or otherwise. I'm drinking Benromach 10 right now, by the way. If you look across the list, what's missing? No heavy sherry bombs, no cask strength monsters trying to overpower you, because summer whiskey isn't about less flavor, it's about the right kind of flavor. Brightness, balance, texture over intensity. So quick breakdown here. If you want a touch of smoke to pair with food or to stand on its own, Benromach 10. Easy, everyday sipping and perfect for evenings, Bushmills 12. A bright wine influence to sit by the pool with a cube of ice, Tamnavulin. Spice and structure, great with food off the grill, Glendalough. All around balance, the Classic Laddie. Whiskey doesn't have to fight the heat. Sometimes the best bottles are the ones that actually adapt to it. If you want the full deep dives, I've got reviews on all of these. I linked them as I talked about them. I'll put them in the comments below as well. If there's a summer whiskey you think I missed or would prefer, let me know. I'm always on the lookout for the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.